Hello guys and dolls, what we're going to be doing today is making a lasagna. It's a cinnamon roll lasagna because we're back on cinnamon roll. Will mine look as good as this? I don't know, but that is the plan. I'll just see if there's another picture on the other side because I had two pictures. Yes there is. So, and this is the other picture on the other side. Okay, and as you can see it's done, it says an hour, 6 cents per serving, serves 4 people. There's a serve for all people. So can I do it as good as that, to make it look as good as that? I don't know, but we're going to find out. So I'm going to get all the ingredients and then we're going to get on with it. So I'll speak to you in a minute. Okay, so now for the preparing. I've got all the ingredients ready. So we've got to start off with the red pepper, de-seeded and cut into bite sizes. Now I'm going to put them into a mixing bowl because we've got to have one lot, all this ready to go into the frying pan with the mince. Now I've got all the ingredients out ready, as I said. Here's your red pepper. Now I'm going to be cutting this up really small. It says bite size, but I'm not going to be doing bite size. Reason being is Grace, my wife, doesn't really like lumps in her food, so you know the texture, she's a very texture person, so when you got like lumps of courgette, etc., she doesn't really like that sort of thing much. So what we're going to be doing is getting rid of that. Let me just give this a tap, and normally all the seeds come out. Look at that. So all the seeds are gone out of that half, so that half's basically ready. Then we're going to do this one. Now these are good chopping boards. I don't know where we got them. I really don't know. Couldn't remember. But they're really good. The only thing I find with them is we've got different colours. Red meat, and I think it's a blue, and this one. And do you know what? They say you're supposed to use one for one and one for something else, but I don't know which is which. So what I tend to do is use the red for the meat, which then I know. And then, you know, I'm using this one for the veg because I like the colour, and you know, then you've got another one. But on some of them we used to have a picture on them, like a cow or a carrot or whatever. And you used to know which is which. Well, I just wiping the board down. As I said, they're very good boards. These are very, very good. Right, now as I said, Grace doesn't like it being too big. She likes them more cut down very small. So that's what we're going to be doing. So I don't mind either way, you know. And anyway, like I've always say, what's a bite size? You know, one person's bite size is another one's mouthful, and someone else's is like, what is that it? So that's my version of bite size, etc. I don't know. Right. So I'm going to cut this up nice and small, as I said. I hope you can, yeah, you can. How they go chop, 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 chop like that, I don't know. I'm frightened I'll cut my blinking fingers off. But yeah. So, as I said, she likes it really small. Get your food nice and small. It's just funny how people are. Different people are different ways. So that I'm going to call that bite size. That'll do nicely. You know. And, you know, some things will cook down. I expect somebody gone next door to deliver a parcel, and my dog started off Alfie. But because it's Sunday, Grace is in anyway, so I clear sort him out. So as I said, as small as I can, because you don't like them too big. Which is a fair comment, you know, it's whatever everybody wants. Everybody's different. Can't all be the same, otherwise life would be boring. So what I'm going to be doing, as I said, I'm going to cook this lasagna. I'm going to be doing as many meals as I can show you every day, or whatever days I can, depending on what I'm doing, what I'm cooking. But yeah, so this is probably a bit big actually, but I don't like putting these too small. You know, as I say, if she likes it, I mean the onion and that is going to be very, very small, but it's just smaller than I would normally do. I mean, maybe you call this a bite size, you know, tell me, do you call this a bite size? Please, you know, say down below, are they bite size? Is this what you call a bite size? I think it says an hour to do this. Now I just messed up actually, because it's supposed to be half. That's because I was talking and I'm looking on the thing thinking, oh yeah, we're doing a whole lot. Now I've got to be careful with this, because what happens is I tend to what I tend to do is I put too much spice in that in, but I like it hot. Grace doesn't like anything sort of spicy. She's not a spicy too much person. So what I might do is I might do, you know, do I do it all? The thing is, she's all about textures and that. Me, I'm about, you know, tastes good, that's good enough for me. Don't know if you'll watch, ever watch the Airy Bikers. We tend to. They're coming up into, I think it's Bournemouth soon. I want to look into that and see if I can go, and if I can I'll get a day off work and go and see them. They do eat healthy, and I do like them. So as I said, it's worth looking out. End of October I think it is. So it's well worth looking and seeing if you can, if you're into the Airy Bikers, that is, you know. Obviously I suppose it's going to be, because of this pandemic, it's going to be a bit, you know, spread out, but hey, you know, as long as you're there. Half, I reckon that's going to do on half. We're going to put that, we're going to have to bag that up for the I don't far off a half, but as I said, supposed to be half of everything. Obviously I just talking too much. Just tune that up a bit. But anyway, let's get it right now. Half courgette, half a finely chopped onion. Right. Now onion, I don't know about onion because I like a good bit of onion in them. If you cut them up small enough, you know, doesn't really matter. Last one I did, I cut really small, and it was absolutely fine. And then the other thing I find with this as well, I don't know about you, I mean I might be in a bit sort of silly, but when it says put a onion, it don't say large, it don't say small, they come in all different sizes. You know, what one do you use? Is it a medium onion? Is it a small onion? You know, I'm not a chef. So what is it? Is it, you know, is an onion, how big is an onion? I mean, in the meal I did the other day, I put a great big onion in. You cut it small enough, as I said, it don't really matter. But I'm only going to put half of this one, and we're going to keep the other half. I might use a bit more than the half, depends how this one comes out, because some of the onion is not, what do you call it? There's like a big lump in the middle, and I couldn't see one on this one. Right, so I cut it all like that. And my fingers. Nice and small. So, go. And then again, nice and small. As I say, look, they look quite big pieces, but obviously like in layers, you know, onion grows, so it's all going to fall to pieces anyway. You know, like that, look. Oh, sting my eyes already. They say cut them under water, don't they, and all sorts of things. Cut them under water, peel them under water and all that rubbish. I know what I'm trying to think of, the core. So sometimes you get a massive core in them. This one seems pretty good. Oh dear, this is bad. You might have seen one of my other videos. I do tend to pick out things like I'll eat raw onion. I don't know how many of you can eat a raw onion. Can you eat a raw onion? I tend to. Grace thinks it's really disgusting. She says, how can you do it? Well, I don't know, always have done. Maybe that's because I was doing it when I'm a kid that I can stand hot things, I don't know. But yeah. But some people eat raw potatoes, don't they? Raw potatoes? Nah, not me. So yeah, it says an hour to make. Oh, cold. Sorry, it's really getting in my eyes. Sting, sting, sting. One thing I notice I don't do so much now is put my hand to my face. See that one's, oh no it's not. I was going to say it's got a big core in it, but it hasn't. Actually I don't like that piece now, we're going to cut that piece off. So that'll look very good. Right, that's half an onion. Ooh, blimey. There's half an onion. There's half an onion. You know, to me, I want more, but we're not going to. We're going to stick to the recipe. I think I stuck more with pepper in than I was supposed to. I'm glad it's not a hot pepper like a chili pepper. Otherwise that could be a bit more different. Right, so that's 2 items. Now then, 4 garlic cloves, so 2 garlic cloves crushed. Now, ooh. So we've got organic ones this time. So what did I say, 2 wasn't it? Should be 4, cut it in half, it's 2. Just seal that down there a little bit. And hopefully that will come off a bit. Nicely. And then we can drop some of these out. Skin them as you go. Look how it pig's ear it is. Let's just cut it down a bit. And that's part belongs to that part, so that's 1. And that's 2. Right, we'll put all these together and then go in the pot in a minute. With a jar. Let's just pull these off a little bit, top and tail them. Take the skin off. Just cut a little bit off the bottom. A little brown bit on the bottom. Right, we're not going to need those bits because they are part of it. Normally you can get a one of these chili, one of these garlics and just split them, but that one certainly wouldn't split. Okay, that says crush them. Now this is where I have a problem crushing them, but I don't know why. Instead of getting a blade, that's what they show you. And oh, well that's crushed, but I don't think that's very good. So what I'm going to do is this how you do it? I don't know. Tell me. Right, I'm going to call that crushed. Okay, nice little bits. We're going to chuck that in there. No, you're pulling faces. Thinking, oh that's disgusting. Right, that's it. So that's the red pepper, half a courgette, half an onion. Oh, silly me, half a courgette, we haven't done that yet, and 2 garlic cubes. So we've got courgette. Right, let's just sort this out. They say they're ready to use, I tend to wash it under the tap. Okay, so we need half one of these chopped, which is bite size, but we're going to go bite size. I think we're going to call that half. Cut your head off. A bit like a cucumber, isn't it? Okay, so we're going to go down this. Oh, this is a nice one. Down there. Down there. I think I'm going to cut it again like I did the other day. Now what I've got to try and do today is when I cook it and I take it out of the oven to eat, I've got to remember not to think it looks good and then dish it up without thinking about it, because that's what I did before. What happens is I eat it and I don't get your picture. So we need to get a picture. Okay, so this is a very good one actually. It was good anyway. There we go. The other thing I'll be doing is some breakfast muffins, because we need those for obviously breakfast. As I said, we're back on Cinnamon World, so what I'm going to try and do is show you some of the recipes as we go. So there's this one, I know it's back to front, but this is dinner. I will show you the breakfast muffin on the next video. Lunches, we're tending to have the lunch bowls from Iceland, because the problem is me and Grace work different shifts. Obviously different places, because I'm a lorry driver, she's not. She's an estate agent, so what we do is we tend to come home different times, because I start really early in the morning, so I'm home before her. So what we tend to do is the lunch, we have one of them lunch bowls, as I said, because it's easier. What I was going to try and do, but I don't think that's going to happen this week, so what I might be doing is doing this twice this week, is Grace was going to go and do, like I do something like this on a Saturday, and then the other half a mince that's left, Grace is going to make a spaghetti bolognese. Why I say Grace is because we both do cooking, but Grace does a better spaghetti bolognese as far as I'm concerned. The textures etc are really good. Now they're not too big. I come out smaller I think last time, but hopefully I won't call these giant cuts. I mean, they're certainly not bite size, not by any means, well, not as far as I'm concerned. That's my personal view. So yeah, so that's tends to be what happens, is we come over different times. I think what's going to be happening is, so as normal, is I'll be coming home. And what I tend to do is take the dog out, Alfie, and then we do is just come home, feed the cats, and then so take Alfie out, come home, feed the cats. We have 4 cats, and then have my lunch bowl, and then decide what I'm having for dinner and make it. I'm going to mix it up a little bit just to make it more interesting. Okay, so that's what we got, all ready to go. So what I've done, I don't know if I said, is, you know, these pictures and all the instructions, which is on here, ingredients, I know it's upside down, and the recipe, and then I laminate them. I print them off and laminate them because I think it's easier, and then when if you get any dirt on them or anything, you can just wipe them off. I did use some magazines, like Cinnamon World magazine and other things. I tend to get stuff all over them, and I don't know. Right. Meanwhile, mix up, place a large non-stick frying pan over a high heat. Add the beef, mince, courgette, onion, garlic, and stir fry for 6 to 8 minutes. drain off any fat and return to the heat, add the tomatoes, passata, etc. Now then, while I'm cooking that, so what I'm going to do before I do that, it says meanwhile, so that means that while that courgettes are cooking, and then you've got to do the other part, you've got to mix the other bit up. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to mix it up first, so I don't do too much in one go, if you know what I mean. So I'm going to do the other bit, and then what we'll do is we'll cook that in the frying pan, then we'll do the other bit, you know, putting together however we're going to put it together. So what we need, meanwhile, mix together, so I need a small bowl. Well, the small bowl is going to be big enough. So we'll get another mixing bowl, which is this one. And there's our mixing bowl. And meanwhile, mix together yogurt. We need 250. Oh yeah, 250 because I've got to cut everything in half. So I've got to find. Just do the weighing scales. Come on, scales. Got some weighing scales. We'll put that on there. We're going to have one of these bowls. And then we're going to turn that on. And it says we're going to say 250 mils of yogurt. So 250 mils of yogurt. We're using the Asda style Greek yogurt, fat free. Now, most of our stuff comes from Asda. Some stuff from Aldi, and Tesco's. One of the reasons is Asda, it's because we live quite close to Asda. Right, so 250 grams of yogurt. Basically half a pot. But the thing is perhaps you could try and pour half a pot in, but like 250, there we go. I'm going to take a little bit out. Too much out. There we go. Spot on. Now, when I come to make it again, I'm going to know that there is 250. So I'll try and have to weigh it again. That was quite clever, wasn't it? Ho ho ho. Okay, so 250. So meanwhile, mix together yogurt. Here we go. Yogurt. Into the bowl. Natural yogurt. Okay. And then add on the eggs. Eggs is 2 eggs, lightly beaten. Now, that's 1 egg. Because I've got to halve everything, so we're having 1 egg. Oh no, yeah, 1 egg. Can't even read it now. Right, 1 egg, lightly beaten. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use. Let me find one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to beat it in a cup. A lightly beaten egg. Lightly beaten egg. Okay. Lightly beaten egg. And then nutmeg. Right, nutmeg says a pinch. So somehow I'm going to do a half a pinch. Right, where's the nutmeg? There we go, nutmeg. Half a pinch. Oh, it's one of those things, isn't it? Seed lids. I'll take that off first. Take that out. I've got my fingers in there, no. I'm going to do this. You have to get a spoon. Put some on there. Then we do a pinch. Half. Right, that's half a pinch as far as I'm concerned. We're just going to have to keep our fingers crossed, that's okay. Let's put that up there. Okay. So that's that bit. Okay, so we've got to mix this together. There we go. Right, that's all mixed in, all nice and mixed. Nicely mixed. Okay, so we're doing that. So that's done already. So now we've got to do the large pan on a non-stick frying pan over a high heat. So I'll see you in a second over by the other side. Okay, whoa, one way. Okay, so now we've got to place a large non-stick frying pan over high heat, had the beef minced red. Oh, right, hang on a minute. Okay, so we've got to put 250 grams of beef. So this is the 250 grams of beef into the frying pan. This is, as I said, right, let's have a look. 250 grams, and the meanwhile, garlic. Right, and then you add all this part in it. This all goes together. Which obviously, there we go. You put all this in the pan. High heat, it said. High heat it is. Okay. Spread it all about a bit. Looking good. Now then, that all goes in there. I'm going to do that for 6 to 8 minutes. Alexa, set timer 6 minutes. 6 minutes. So I just got Alexa to do the timer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see you in 6 to 8 minutes. Okay, so that's 6 minutes. That's good. Now it says to drain off any fat, if any, but there isn't. This is an Asda 5% less fat. Okay, so once you've done that, it says, wait a second. Right, now you've got to drain off any fat, which I said you went. Add the tomatoes, so we're going half, which is 200 grams of tomatoes. We're going to 200 tomatoes. It's in there. 200 tomatoes, and then we've got to put the tomatoes, passata, which is here. Passata. Pisata. There we go. And then quick pull. I was having cooking for you already. Passata, and then dried herbs. Just mix this in a little bit. Right, and then the dried herbs. Which we've got to put. Dried herbs. 2 teaspoons, which is 1 teaspoon. Right. Have a look. 1 teaspoon. Right, 1 teaspoon. So we're going to put that in, and then you've got to put a bit of salt and pepper to season. Salt, pepper, doesn't come out so well, but there you go. To season, and then obviously I suppose you've got to mix it together a little bit. Get the herbs mixed up. Get it all. Cool. It smells quite strong actually. And then it says season lightly and cook for 12 to 15 minutes, stirring occasionally. So we're going to cook that, and I'll come back and see you again in a minute. Okay, it says lightly fry out lightly the dish, which I've done. This is the fry light we're using. It says do half the mix, which I've done. Mix looks really good, and then put half the sandwich sheets. Now with the sandwich sheets it says 6, so it says 12, so we're using 6-ish. So we're going to see how this goes. As I said, right that way round. So we should be doing 3 in the bottom. What I'm going to do is cut off the corners of this a little bit and see what happens then. Cut off too many corners. We're going to cheat a little bit and stick that a little bit back there. Actually, we're going to turn that over and stick that back there. Oh no, do you know what, that fits nicely. So, like I said, I'm going to cut that off of there, push that over. Nope, got to take the other one off as well, but like we did there. Push them over, push the lasagne, corners in. I could have messed around and tried to pretend I'm doing it and oh I've done this and all that rubbish, but I'm not going to. I'm going to do it as I do it, so you can actually see what I do and what it turns out like. And if I do make a massive mistake, you'll know not to copy me. So yeah, so that's half that. That's that. Lasagne treats on whether you think that's right or wrong. You know, such is life. I think it's great. I put them on there. It don't say don't cut them. It don't say do anything. It just after lasagne seeds what I've done. Right, so spread with half. Right, let's do this again. Calorie cooking spray, done that. Spoon half the mince on, done that. Into the base, and top with half. Spoon half the mince mixture into the base, and top with half the lasagne sheets. Done. Spread with half of the yogurt mixture. Right, so half of the yogurt mixture. I've got to put that in now. So only half. I'm going to spread it around as I go. So after yogurt mixture, okay, so that's after yogurt mixture, which is looking quite fine. Okay, spread with half of the yogurt mixture and top with the remaining mince. Okay, so let's do it. Now I think doing half the mix is, you know, I thought it was going to be wonderful, but I'm not so sure that it looks like you've got to have a really tiny dish for this, because otherwise you're going to end up doing. Well, I've got to spread this out more. Right, I've got to put some more on there. Okay, my darlings, so I disappeared and come back. The reason I disappeared and come back just then is because I'm trying to do this, as I said, half. But what happened was I ended up with not enough mince, so I just had to cook a load more, and because I haven't got the passata, it doesn't look quite the same because I ran out of passata because I had enough for what I needed. So what I'm going to do is, there you go, so it's all the same. The only difference is I had to cook a little bit more just to be able to finish off. So yeah, it's a bit more difficult than you think. I mean, it's trying to get the right size dish, etc. So what I think I do is I'm going to have to go back to the other idea, which is to cook the whole thing, because it's easier. Okay, then you cover this with the rest of the other lasagne sheets, which you already know we're using 6. We're going to have to use 6 anyway because I ain't going to get them on, and actually, looking at that, because it's the top, that ain't even going to work right, is it? So yeah, we got, you know, it just goes to show, can't always get it right, can we? So I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to put that one over there, and then what I'm going to do is going to be a bit naughty, and I'm going to stick half along there. Okay, so no, my dog's calling me. He says no, it's not right, and it is right because that's how I'm doing it. So yeah, that's what we're doing. We're doing it like this. Hey ho, hey ho. Right, and then it says blah blah blah. Right, so what we did the spoon after mincing, and then we into the base, on top with half of the lasagna sheets. Spread with a half of yoghurt, which we did, and top with the remaining mince, which we did. Top with the remaining lasagna sheets, which we have. Spread over the remaining yoghurt mixture and sprinkle with the cheddar. Now, what I've done is, as I said, I had to make more of the mix, and I had to make some more of the yoghurt because, as I said, we didn't quite have enough. So what we're doing is make more. So yeah, you know, like I said, it's an experiment to see if I can make for two. I thought the dishes were half. The dish obviously wasn't half. So what I'm doing is I'm going to call it cheating. It's not cheating, but I've had to make extra. Now, when I say make extra, don't get me wrong. That's not what the recipe says, that amount, and I've gone and made, well, piece on the end moved. Very good. Right, that's better. It doesn't actually mean I made more than I'm supposed to. What it means is I made the rest of it. So I made the rest of it, and it's, you know, working. So that's what happens sometimes, isn't it, with cooking, I suppose. So that's that. Do that, like that. Look at that. That looks good. Will it taste good? Who knows? I don't. But so it goes to show, sometimes you just got to stick to the recipe, make the full amount, and you know, bite the bullet, as I would say. Bite the bullet, make it all. And the other thing I found in when I was making more was I ate more, because instead of, because I thought, oh, it might be dry tomorrow, I didn't bother. Trying to keep some. I actually ate it. Right, so that's that. Then it says the cheese. Now, you're allowed 80 grams a day each. Now, me and Grace can have the 80 grams full. So what we're going to do is, I've got 160 grams here, and I'm going to spread over whatever I need, so I can go as much as I can. So make sure you, if the lasagna says, you know, whatever it says, amount of cheese, it's up to you. So if you've got more cheese left and you like cheese like I do, you can put more cheese on it, because you know, one of them is different cheese, and it says 4 tablespoons. Truthfully, I don't think that'd be enough. So we saved our cheese so we could put it on this. So as I said, you know, follow the recipe, but just remember where it says, oh yeah, you could parmesan, that's it. You can only have 4 spoons of parmesan, and you like parmesan, or you have cheddar, because this recipe says cheddar, which I prefer cheddar. You put on what cheddar it says, or in our case, as I said, we saved our amount of cheese we were allowed, so it's 80 each. We saved that so we could have 80 each, and what I've done, it's weighed off 160, and I put on what I can. So don't forget, like I said, don't just go and put loads and loads of cheese on, because it's not what you're supposed to do. I'll just tell you what this one says. It does say 160 grams of reduced fat cheddar. So that's 160 reduced fat cheddar for 4 people. It's supposed to be a meal for 4 people. Okay, so like I said, what I've done is we saved the cheese, put it both hours together, and put it on there. Have I done right? I don't know. I reckon I have, because if I'm allowed half that cheese today, it doesn't matter, does it? So we're going to have half each. But as I said, it says 160 total. It's for 4 people. Maybe I've done this wrong. If I have, and you know I have, tell me. But surely if 160 grams is what I've used anyway for 4 people, but we were allowed 80 each. So in my reckoning, this is right. If I'm not reckoning this right, you know, please tell me below. You know, let me get this right. I am losing weight, so perhaps I could lose a bit more, you know. But anyway, that's what happens. So preheat your oven, which I've done. Spray the medium size, to which we did. Remaining cheddar over the top. Bake in the oven for 30 minutes, 25 to 30 minutes, okay? Or until the top is golden. divide into 4 plates and serve with a mixed salad. Well, I'm not putting it into 4 because it's the 2 of us. So we're going to try this. Not the week now, but the following week. The mother-in-law's coming up for a couple of days. So what I'll be doing is probably cooking this again, but I'll do the full one and do it properly. But like I said, you've got to try everything, haven't you? You've got to try everything. I mean, it's no point, you know, going, oh no, that's no good, I haven't done this, I haven't done that. Sometimes you just got to change your recipe a little bit. So anyway, I'm going to see you in 25 minutes and let you know what it's like. So speak to you again soon. Okay, my lovelies, like I said, I'll show you the lasagna, and there it is. Look at that. That looks good. I'll let you know what it tastes like. Be there. Bye. Okay, boys and dolls, guys and dolls, and boys and girls, and my little lovers, lasagna. What was it like? Absolutely gorgeous. Do you know what? It was brilliant. Now, I made about 5 of them lasagnas, and every time I make it, I can't find the recipe I had before. This recipe I just done it with is the best recipe I know at the moment. We tried it with a couple of other things. You can use quark, you can use yogurt. There's different sort of types of it, but that one I just made is beautiful. So you know, it's good. So I hope you liked the video. The thing I will say though, don't forget, if you do make it or make one and put cheese in, just remember to make sure how much cheese you're putting in, because I tend to go over if I'm not careful. But I've done it all by the book today, absolutely everything. So you know, like I said, 160 grams was meant for 4. I did 80 grams each for us, and we didn't, you know, we haven't had a quota today, so I was able to do it. Not that your quota is cheese, but it's your sins and your healthy A's and B's. And the other thing is I made that in a smaller thing as you saw, but there's enough for tomorrow, because I cut it in half and a quarter, and we had a quarter each, and it's still enough for tomorrow. Because you know, you're cutting down eating, you know, you don't eat so much, you don't need it, and it was brilliant. So all that in all was brilliant, fantastic, nice dinner, enjoyed it. Have a bit of veg salad on it or whatever you want to do. You know, we had a bit of salad, but it was really nice, really enjoyable. So I hope you liked the video. Please like and subscribe. If you subscribe, there is more coming, different ones, and you know, I think the next one's going to be the muffins, the breakfast muffins. So if you subscribe, it'll pop up and you'll be able to see it. So I'll speak to you again soon, and all the best. Bye.